Culture Gaps. Culture Gaps. Culture Gaps. Culture Gaps. Culture Gaps.
Welcome to Culture Gaps, everybody. It's ya boy Mike.
And I am not your boy, but I am Gregg.
That's right. And this is still the podcast where we talk about famous movies that either myself or Gregg hasn't seen.
It's true.
And this week, we're talking about a movie that Gregg hasn't seen.
That's also true. I haven't seen this one.
You haven't. And it's a movie called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Heroes in a Half Shell.
Yeah, that's the full title.
Turtle Power. That's the full title.
Oh, yeah, Turtle Power is like after a colon.
Yeah.
Colon. Turtle Power. Yeah, I haven't seen really any Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff.
That blows my mind. I mean, I haven't seen a lot of big things, but for some reason it's more surprising when you haven't. And this is one that's like massive. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how you avoided all Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles stuff.
Yeah. Well, so I mean, let's go over like what Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles media exists. So I think it was originally a comic book.
Yes.
Maybe?
I'm pretty sure it's a local comic to us as well.
Yeah, I think it like started in
Springfield or something.
I don't know. But yeah, so then I think there was like an animated series that got created after the comic.
Oh, so good.
And then I think they made some sort of like live action movie. And I think that's what we're watching.
That is what we're watching because we can't watch the animated series.
Yeah, I think then they made
more
more live action movies, and then there was like a recent like Michael Bay one that looked really bad.
Oh, those are terrible.
And I also feel like there have been a bunch of other cartoons as well. Like I feel like there have been like 4 or 5 different versions of this.
There was also a pretty neat animated movie that came out not too long ago. I don't know how too long ago is at this point. In the 2000s, it came out.
In the last 22 years.
Yeah, it was more modern.
Yep.
Different style. So,
okay.
Why?
So we're watching the first live action adaptation.
Yeah, it's going to be a ride.
I don't know really anything about it, to be honest. I don't know if there's anybody famous in it. I don't know who directed it. I genuinely know nothing about this movie.
Okay. But, I mean, you know the Ninja Turtles are in it?
Oh, okay, yeah. So I guess I do know. I know of the Mutant Turtles. There's 4 of them. They each have a special weapon just for them. They each wear different color.
Yeah. Different color what?
There's like bandanas.
Like,
and then I think they have like armbands too, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, they each have a different color and they each have the name of like a famous artist or something.
Yeah.
Like Donatello and Raphael and Michelangelo. I don't know who the last one is.
Oh, man.
Van Gogh.
Van Gogh is the 4th Ninja Turtle.
Yeah, it's Van Gogh.
Oh, my God.
And there's an old rat named Shredder who's like they're like sensei or something. And they eat drippy pizza. That's all I really know. Yeah, the pizza that they eat in the cartoons is always like the cheese is like dripping in huge globs.
You're gonna eat pizza. You're a teenager. That's the important part to remember about this is that they're still teenagers.
Yeah, they ride skateboards too, and they live in the sewers.
Yeah, like every teenager.
Yeah, exactly. I lived in the sewers.
Wow. So, you know about the Turtles, obviously. I mean, I knew about Ghostbusters. You're going to know about Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
You're going to know the theme. You're going to know what they look like and whatnot. But why didn't you watch any Ninja Turtle things?
Yeah, it's a good question.
Explain yourself.
I know like it was on at different points when I was younger, but I just never found it that interesting. Like I don't know, I just didn't.
No, I don't buy
I was
that.
like, what? I guess I can't think of like what they actually do. Like I couldn't tell you what a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles story would be like. Like,
Okay.
I know that they are ninjas and they're teenagers and they ride skateboards through the sewers, but like, do they fight crime? Like,
So,
I don't really know what they do.
As a young Gregg, right?
Yeah.
Growing up, you weren't at all interested in these mutant turtles who were ninjas, teenagers.
No, I wasn't. And honestly, I think part of
Okay.
it might be my age as well. I feel like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were like just stopped being cool, like right when I would have found them cool.
First of all, they never stopped being cool. Second of all, I'm not buying any of this unless you're going to admit right now that you didn't watch the Ninja Turtles because you didn't need to because you had Warriors of Virtue.
I did love Warriors of Virtue, but I honestly, I would have thought of the animated series before I ever thought of any live action movies if you were talking to me about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So in my mind, it's not comparable to Warriors of Virtue. In my mind, it's just a cartoon that I never watched.
That's fair. I guess for me, the thing I picture when I think of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles media is this live action movie's costumes and its general aesthetic. So it's something that I just see immediately when I think of the Ninja Turtles.
Interesting. Yeah, I guess I was under the impression that people didn't really like the live action movies. Yeah. But I think I don't think that's totally true because, people have expressed love for this particular one.
Yeah, people definitely don't like those new ones. That's for sure. With Megan Fox. You don't know that character.
Is there like a hot lady?
Yeah, we'll go with that. So there was also video games. You didn't play any of the video games?
No. Again, I feel like I missed the window. Like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in my mind is like peak like older brother stuff. Like my friends' older brothers would be into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and it would be for me like, oh, I kind of missed the window on that.
Is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles going to be the thing that defines the gap between our age?
Yeah, the 3-year gap in our age.
I'm the older brother here.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. I love that video game too. This was 90. This movie came out. In case you need to find which one it is.
Okay. Yeah, that's good to know.
What year were you born?
91.
Oh.
This is what I'm saying, Mike. I was born a little too late for the Turtles, I think.
That's fair.
I just missed the window by 3 years.
Well, it's not too late.
Yeah, I guess I'm curious to see what the actual story is, because again, I can't imagine what these characters do.
No.
Except just like flip around on skateboards.
Yeah,
Is there like a shark man in this or something?
I feel like you're going to experience what I experienced with Ghostbusters, in that you know enough about Ninja Turtles that stuff's not going to be interesting. And then the movie's not going to be good because it was just an early 90s movie.
Maybe.
We'll see.
We'll see. I'm excited to watch it, though. I guess I can finally at least say I've seen Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles after this.
Did you play a lot of Nintendo growing up?
Yeah.
Like Nintendo, not like
Like the Nintendo Entertainment System or Super
Yeah.
Nintendo?
Not like GameCube or whatever you probably grew up with.
Well, I kind of started with an N64, but I did also have.
You started at N64. That's another defining age gap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I did also have an NES.
Okay. So, have you ever played the game? It's called Battletoads.
No, I did not play that game.
It's something I think about every time I think of Ninja Turtles. There's this one. It's called Battletoads and Double Dragon. It's early Nintendo game, and you go around as like kung fu toads instead of turtles. It has the same vibe. Highly recommend it. If you're gonna.
Good to know.
Yeah. So why didn't
right.
I watch Ninja Turtles? That's the question everyone wants answered, right?
No, you did watch it.
Oh. Then I have no excuse.
Yeah. You're going to rewatch it.
Yeah.
And we're going to go do that right now.
Are we?
Yeah.
All right.
Here's in a half shell.
Now you finish it.
Culture Gaps.
Welcome back to Culture Gaps. We just watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yes, dudes and dudettes, Major League Butt Kicking is back in town.
Is it? I don't know if this is Major League Butt Kicking.
Major League, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. But
Wow.
we did just watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the 1990 live action film. It was my first time seeing it ever.
Any Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, any Ninja Turtles media.
Any turtles.
I've never seen a turtle before. I assume that they're all 6 feet tall and can speak and do martial arts. But yeah, I don't know. This movie wasn't great. I think it's very much for kids, and it's very much a movie made in 1990 for a pretty low budget, and it's just... I probably would have liked it as a kid, but watching it as an adult now in 2022, it does not hold up at all.
Yeah, so I used to love this movie when I was a kid, because I did see it back then. But then I didn't watch it for a long time. And everyone else I talked to my age, or a little older, also had very, very fond feelings about this movie. Loved it. In fact, some people even went as far as to say it's in their top 10 favorite movies of all time.
That's absolute insanity.
But kind of like the producers, I'm glad I didn't. Because having not seen it in a while and going back to watch it,
yeah,
I thought this was very dated. Incredibly dated.
Incredibly.
The comedy, the timing, the effects, everything. Despite me asking people if I think it would be dated now, and they all said, no way, I've watched it recently. It's not dated at all.
What? Those people are delusional.
It's incredibly dated. Every joke and man, the timing and the comedy in this is just rough for me.
Well, it's also like everyone in this movie, except like, I don't know, the like weird sort of like Asian stereotypes. They all have this weird like 90s surfer bro accent. They're all like, "Chaw, dude." Totally. I don't know. It's just like...
That's how the turtles talk.
I guess. But even Casey Jones talks that way. And like, it's just real...
Yeah,
it's real weird.
It's
like,
surfer mouth, right?
Yeah.
Remember I coined that phrase. They all talking like surfer mouth. Yeah. Oh, dude, Cowabunga.
It's like Bill and Ted, but somehow even more cartoonish.
Yeah.
And it's like, honestly, I did find it somewhat charming at times. Like, there's that scene when Casey Jones and one of the fucking turtles, you can't tell them apart. They're like exchanging.
I know all the turtles apart, for sure.
Okay, then you tell me which turtle it is in this scene. They're exchanging insults while working on the car, but they're going through the alphabet. Yeah. Sure.
Donatello and Casey Jones have a relationship.
It could have been any of them. Except Raphael. Raphael's the only one with an actual personality because he's mad.
Well, Mikey doesn't have a personality?
No, he's the same as the others. They just all make jokes and giggle. No, they're the same. Raphael's the only one who's different, and that's because he doesn't have a sense of humor.
I'll give you this. Usually, Leonardo usually doesn't either. They have different personalities, and I'm probably pulling it from other things and not this movie because there are things I know about the Turtles going into this that I don't think were portrayed very well in this movie, especially to someone coming into Ninja Turtles for the first time.
Yeah.
I don't think their personalities are good at all. Like, I talked with my friend Ishmael on this, and he and his brother used to read the comics for it, and they saw this movie back then and thought it was like it didn't live up to the comics at all. And it didn't show who they are. They're too different, like Raphael and Leonardo. But Leonardo's the leader, bro, and he's usually serious. But Raphael's the grumpy outcast who's the most skilled one.
Well, that was
Mikey's the crazy one, and Donatello's the smart one.
What? I thought Raphael was the smart one because he's the only one who doesn't behave like a child.
Donatello's always saying things, and this is... Yeah, it's true. They all do behave like children. I actually wrote this down. I was like, if we were Ninja Turtles, you would be Donatello and I would be Michelangelo because of this one exchange that happened. And I wrote down these quotes. Michelangelo's like, hey, Donnie, look at this one suffering from shell shock. And Donatello's like, too derivative. And Michelangelo's like, well, I guess we can really shell it out. And Donatello's like, too cliche. And I'm like, this is... I mean, that right there, they're supposed to make Donatello out to be the smarter one.
I see.
They don't do a great job of it in this.
Yeah, it didn't come through for me. I was also confused about, I guess it was Leonardo, you said is the leader.
Oh my God, barely in this movie.
I was like confused. There was like a point where like he's in an argument with Raphael and Raphael says like, oh, you're a bad leader. I don't remember exactly. But
they always have a scuff like this. Yeah.
I was like, I thought Raphael was the leader because he was the most mature and skilled. I don't know. I was just so confused.
It was. I think they did a really bad job with Leonardo in this movie. He barely has any personality at all.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that is one of my big issues with this movie is it really just felt the characters feel so generic. Like I enjoyed April,
and hated Casey, right?
Yeah, Casey is weird. I don't know. There were times I kind of liked him when he was like that scene I mentioned where he's like exchanging alphabetical insults with the one you said that it was. And
no way, atomic mouth.
Elf lips.
Camel breath. Gakface.
But yeah, I don't know. I guess those were moments where I felt like I could understand why people like these characters and how there could be an adaptation of the Turtles that would be fun, but this just wasn't it. And maybe in 1990 it was different because I will say...
It was.
Remember when we covered Batman, which came out in 89? We had kind of the same feeling about that, was that the action was like not good and it just like it wasn't exciting or thrilling and it felt so slow and strange. And that's kind of how I felt with this movie too. Like I think action has just gotten so much better that watching this now, like the fights just feel weightless and cheesy and like slow.
They do. Yeah, they are very slow. And there's a cheesy moment when the Turtles first come in to save April and the Psy goes flying and hits the light in the beginning of the movie. And it's like, it misses, like, but the light smashes.
Yeah.
And it like falls slowly. It's very dated. All the action all the humor, but I think people latched on to the nostalgia of this because people love Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Love them. I love Ninja Turtles.
Right.
I still like the Ninja Turtles, and I have fond memories of this as a kid, but I don't want to watch it again now.
Yeah, same. But I will say, like, if someone were like, no, the Turtles are actually really good, you should watch this instead to see. I would go watch it because I saw enough in this movie to understand like there is probably an appeal here.
That's really hard because I don't know which Ninja Turtle thing is actually good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know which it is that made Ninja Turtles great.
Right.
Because this was part of it for me as a kid. I loved the costumes in this and the action and the jokes as a kid.
Yeah.
As you would.
I will say, the costumes and the puppets look incredible in this.
Yeah.
I mean, the turtles have their moments where they don't look great, but like Splinter looks awesome in this movie.
It does look awesome. This was the last movie Jim Henson worked on before.
I know, I was reading that. And apparently he was not pleased with how much violence was in it.
Oh yeah.
Which is funny watching
There's a lot.
Watching it now, it's like, well, it doesn't even register as violence really, because it's like people like punching the air next to someone and then that person falling over. But like,
yeah.
And I think, with how much like superhero movies have become almost like kids movies, like every child dresses up as like Spider-Man or whatever.
That's insane to me. Just there's so much violence in all this shit.
Yeah.
And it's all kids movies now.
But that's what I mean is like, I feel like watching this now, it doesn't really feel that violent in comparison to what kids watch these days.
No, it doesn't at all. You know, it was violent though, and very out of place in this movie was when Casey hit the trash compactor and they literally crushed Shredder.
I was like cracking
Spoiler
up.
alert.
I was like, wait, is there going to be a shot of blood oozing out of this dump truck or this garbage truck? Like as he gets crushed?
That was a little
death?
intense.
Jesus. There's also the scene where Tatsu just like flies into a rage and beats a guy to death. And then the producers were like, you can't have a child die on screen in this movie. So they added in dialogue in post-production of the kids saying, he'll be all right. He'll be all right. It's crazy. They like take the kid's pulse and they look terrified.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, he did.
So I really want to call this out because I've been dying to talk about it. And obviously, if we're talking about Ninja Turtles, we have to talk about Warriors of Virtue again.
Yeah, yep.
We have to because you did see Warriors of Virtue as a kid and now already.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel very confident saying that Warriors of Virtue is a better movie than this, even now.
No.
And,
they're about equal.
No, hear me out. Hear me out on this one.
Okay.
They both have great costumes and animatronics and stuff like that.
Yep.
And kind of do the same stuff. I will say the one thing that sets it apart is the bad guy. I think
that's true. Komodo is
that
much better.
Shredder is so fucking boring.
Agreed.
Oh, you thought Shredder was the rat, right? At the beginning of this, I think you said.
Probably. I mean, in my defense,
Splinter, Shredder.
Splinter and Shredder are basically the same
close. But Shredder is so boring, right? He's hiring teenagers and raising them to be karate masters.
Yeah,
like
he's just
Cobra
the
Kai
artful,
or some shit.
He's just the artful dodger from Oliver Twist. He just has a bunch of kids that do crimes for him.
And it's really low-level crimes. They're just stealing purses and random TVs off people's balconies.
Right.
Like,
that's why I'm saying it's like it's literally just like Oliver Twist, but with it's in modern day or 1990 New York City.
Yeah, and I get it's a kids movie. It doesn't need all that much, but it's so much less interesting than this insane, flamboyantly amazing
like dictator
character who's dictator who's going around and like
trying to
stealing life springs
be
from
immortal.
Yeah.
That's a lot more interesting.
Komodo is so much cooler.
Yeah. So I agree. I actually I was thinking about this while I was watching the movie because obviously Warriors of Virtue was hugely inspired by this movie.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of similarities, but even as a
Toys.
kid, I'm not sure I would have liked this one as much as Warriors of Virtue for two reasons. And this is just about my personal preferences. But one is that Warriors of Virtue has a child protagonist. And as a kid, I just loved watching child actors.
Exactly.
And like as a kid, I bet I would have loved the scene in this movie at the like hangout place where the kids are like, there's like skating and playing arcade games and smoking cigarettes and stuff. Like as a kid, I probably would have been like, whoa, that's cool.
I love Shredder.
Yeah. But the other
You're
thing,
going to join the Foot.
Yeah, the Foot. What a great name.
Foot Clan.
Apparently that's like just like a parody of a Marvel thing called The Hand.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess it's supposed to be a joke, but I was just like, Jesus, the bad guys are called the Foot. I'm so scared. But the other thing is that Warriors of Virtue takes place in a fantasy world, whereas this just takes place in like, I mean, it's like a heightened version of the real world, but it's like, it's Earth, it's New York City. It takes place in like contemporary time. I think as a kid, I would have just responded more to the fact the idea of like these fantasy characters in a fantasy world.
I hear you. I mean, I did just that as a kid because I saw both of these around the same time. So
Yep.
I chose which one I liked more at the time. I liked them both though, and I don't know. I liked. I played a lot of like Ninja Turtles video game on my Game Boy, and then on Sega.
Mm-hmm.
And there were some good ones. So
yeah.
I was real into the Turtles. I never read comics though, because I can't. We've established I can't read.
Right.
Even comics, even picture books, can't read.
Can't read them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Sam Rockwell's in this movie.
Sam Rockwell is in this movie.
Did you remember that before rewatching it?
No. In fact, I watched it and didn't realize it.
Oh, really? You didn't even recognize your boy? You love him.
Here's another thing I'll reveal. I watched this movie twice, like Ghostbusters 2, because I assumed that I got something wrong.
Oh, really? You thought you were just like in the wrong mood the first time?
Yeah, I did. So I rewatched it.
You were like, I used to love this. What happened?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't I love it?
Yep.
I didn't realize he was in it the first time I watched it, and then I realized the second time when I was forcing myself to pay more attention to details.
Yep.
No, I think that kind of is because the pacing in this movie is very weird, and kind of the structure is all over the place. There's like points where April is just narrating what's happening with the turtles and living on the farmhouse. And
right.
Like, what the fuck is happening? Like, why are you narrating all of a sudden? Yeah.
I think it's the pacing is real weird in this movie. There's also like a point early on where like after Raphael and Casey Jones have their first fight, Raphael just like goes and talks to Splinter, and Splinter just has like a 5-minute monologue about anger, and you're like, what is going on? Like, you haven't even established what the conflict of this movie is yet. Like, I don't like, why are you this movie's grinding to a halt 15 minutes in. Like, I don't know. It's real weird. As a kid, it wouldn't have even registered to me, but watching it now, it's like, it's just so bizarre.
Yeah, pacing's all over the place. I had no idea, and I still kind of don't, how long Splinter is kidnapped for and how much time has passed when they move to the farmhouse and become friends and do all that shit and train.
It seems like
stuff.
a couple days?
A couple days or a couple months. I don't know. Why they're keeping the rat alive, who knows?
Yeah. Well, one thing I read is that the director of this movie, Steve Barron, was actually fired.
Steve Bannon?
Yes, Steve Bannon directed this. No, Steve Barron, he was fired right near the end of production, like before they even wrapped on filming. because producers thought it was too dark the way he was doing it. And I don't know, people don't really know like what his vision would have been, but basically like other people finished it after he did most of it. So there's part of me that wonders if why this movie doesn't fully work in that way, and the pacing is weird and it's unclear like what's going on when, is partly because it, the vision
changed hands.
Yeah.
That's interesting. They thought this movie was going to do terribly as well.
Yeah,
it had a really low budget.
Not.
It did not do terribly at all.
It did real well. Apparently, this was like the highest grossing independent film of all time when it came out. And it held the record for almost a decade until Blair Witch Project.
Till Blair Witch Project?
Yeah, that did better than this.
I don't know which I'd rather watch again, this movie or Blair Witch Project.
Oh, boy.
Probably Blair Witch because I only watched it that once, but I got real sick.
Blair Witch is also really not good.
No, it's definitely not good if you have motion sickness.
It's also just not. It's horribly acted. It's real cringe. Yeah. It's like, it's kind of unbelievable that anyone thought it was real, but I guess it was a moment.
Yeah. I guess it was innovative to do something amateur and just hold the camera.
Yeah, and the way it was marketed, they, were really trying to lean into this idea that it was actual found footage, and, people genuinely weren't sure if it was real or not for the first few months.
Right?
Yeah, it was totally real.
It's like this Ninja Turtle movie.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a documentary, too, about those radioactive turtles. I love that. I love how,
Sorry.
Yeah, lazy the explanation is. It's just like, they just walked in some goo. Now they can do martial arts.
And I named them after famous painters.
Yeah, like Renaissance artists.
Yeah. Weird choice for Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
But that's what they are, Greg. Maybe you should watch some other Ninja Turtle stuff, see if you like it.
I feel like I should, because this movie really did not get me excited about them, and I know a lot of people really love them, so I'm like, I think it must just be that this adaptation is too dated.
Maybe watch the cartoon show?
I was thinking that, because that aired before this.
Yeah, that might be better. Might be more forgiving. I don't know, because
maybe they'll have some actual like distinct characteristics.
Yeah, there was an animated one. They definitely had distinct characteristics. The newer 2000s movie, I think.
I think there have been a lot of cartoons.
Yeah, it was definitely different animation style. I remember that. I don't remember what it's called though. But I can tell you right now that you should not go and watch the newest Ninja Turtle movies where the turtles are giant animated or CG.
Yeah, the Michael Bay one.
Megan Fox's April O'Neil.
Yeah, I heard that one was bad.
Yeah, I think there's more than one of those. I don't know. I stopped watching it.
I did like April's line in this movie when she thinks she's dreaming when she first meets the turtles, and she says, "Why can't I ever dream about Harrison Ford?"
Oh yeah, she does say that.
I was like, "Yep, he was a hottie in 1990." He was like, "Whew, he was a dreamboat."
Proving it right here.
Yeah.
I did notice when they went to the farmhouse. How'd you feel about the massage bit?
Oh my God. It's like
shoves her down in the chair.
It's like borderline violent. She's like rubbing her shoulder. Casey Jones comes over and starts rubbing her shoulders, and she brushes him away, like, "Please don't touch me." And then he grabs her firmly by the shoulders and shoves her down into a chair and massages her against her will. I was like, my man.
She's into it in this movie, but that just, I mean, this is the problem with the time, right? They're making it seem okay to do this kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's that Top Gun thing again, where it's just like, oh, just like overpower a woman and then she'll fall in love with you.
Right. And which is sometimes true.
Yeah, but it has to be
consensual.
Yeah, it has to be like she's giving you clear, like very explicit instructions that that's what she wants. Like if she tells you or shows you don't touch me, don't touch her.
Yeah. Wait till she tells you to choke her out before you do so.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's like as soon as the two of them meet, you just know that they're gonna like kiss by the end of the movie, even though it is that exact thing we've talked about so many times where they just like argue the whole movie until they kiss, and then it's like, oh, I thought they hated each other, but okay. I don't know. It's just weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
It makes me think like that type of representation of romance probably skewed a lot of men's ideas of like what.
Yeah, going back and watching these movies really explains a lot.
Yeah,
about how men have been raised.
Yeah, seriously. Ugh. Well, do you want to move on to rating this thing?
Yeah, I was gonna mention Corey Feldman.
Oh yeah, he does a voice in this.
He does Leonardo. But again,
that's
barely in the movie.
You said he's the leader, right?
The blue one, yeah.
The blue, yeah.
One with the katana.
Sure.
You would know these if you knew all your Ninja Turtle stuff.
Yeah, maybe. Raphael is the only one who stands out in this movie.
Raphael has always been my least favorite Ninja Turtle.
Yeah, I liked him at first because he was the only one that wasn't annoying, but then later in the movie, he became annoying because he was so moody. So I was like, never mind.
Oh, that's the problem with Raphael. Yeah. He's so moody.
Yeah, it's like, all right, man, take a chill pill.
Yeah, usually, I don't know who people's favorites are usually. I mean, obviously, I like Michelangelo because he's Mikey. And as a kid,
he's Mikey.
He had my name, so...
Right.
I had friends that used to call me Mikey when I was a kid. So.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. You seem like a Mikey.
Mikey.
Hey, Mikey.
Yeah. Plus, he had nunchucks, and I thought that was cool.
Oh, yeah.
I like when he's fighting the guy with the nunchucks. He's like, "Oh, fellow chucker." It felt very Wayne's Worldy to me. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, Wayne's World. Yeah, same like basic like surfer dude slang stuff.
There's something charming about that surfer dude thing.
I agree. Yeah, there were moments when I found it charming. Yeah.
But it can fall short.
Yeah, it's just like there were times when it was fun and times when it just felt like kind of eye-rolly in this movie. I guess that was my issue. It's like sometimes I really liked it and sometimes it just felt like bad writing.
It's a little, it's bad writing because it's a little over the top. It seems like they're just writing a bunch of lines, like one-liners that they want to use and delivering them one after another.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that Pink song, if you've ever heard it. One that's literally just every line is like a cliche catchphrase. She's like, "Raise your glass if you are wrong in all the right ways." It's like all my underdogs, and she's like, it's like every cliche line you could possibly know, and it's just one right after another. Those are the entire lyrics, and that's how this movie's written.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and the rap over the closing credits is pure cringe too. Did you listen to it at all?
I didn't. No.
Oh my god, you have to go back and listen.
I think I turned it off.
It's like it's the worst.
Twice.
It's unbelievably bad.
Oh man. Shredder had one good moment.
Did he?
And that is his pronunciation of turtles.
What was his pronunciation?
He's like, "We will show them these turtles."
Oh
it's
god.
Like,
I mean, it's
so bad.
That gets into like another issue with this movie being dated is like all of the Foot henchmen and like Splinter all have these like horrible, like Orientalist, like kind of horrible accents, and you're just like, ooh. I don't know.
Yep.
Just this movie is just playing way too much into those kinds of tropes.
So, do you want to? Should we rate this movie?
I think we should rate this movie.
I feel bad because we're crushing a lot of people's dreams here.
I know, but I would encourage them to go back and rewatch this with through the eyes of an adult in 2022 who has never seen it, and I think they'll understand.
Yeah. For all of you who didn't quite pick up on that, Gregg is encouraging all of you Ninja Turtle fans to act like fucking adults.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Thanks for translating, Mike.
Being so childish.
Grow up.
Punks. Camel breath. Oh, man. So I'll rate it first because I've seen it before.
Yeah.
Well, I gave Warriors of Virtue a 10 for nostalgia reasons and because I still loved it when I rewatched it. And I don't know if I kept rewatching Turtles throughout the years like I did Warriors of Virtue that I would rate it higher. Because I think the people who said they love it so much either haven't seen it since they were a kid or watch it every year.
I think you're right.
And, yeah. In the nostalgia part, did give it some credit for me because I love the Ninja Turtles as characters, but I could easily recognize all the flaws of this movie and the fact that they were barely characters in this movie. The comedy that I loved as a kid was charming at parts, but cringy most of the time, and the pacing was terrible. I'm gonna give this movie. This is tough. I'm gonna give it a 5.
Wow,
and that's giving it nostalgia credit big time.
That's
I think the movie's
generous.
worse. I think it is generous, and I think it would be like a 3 or a 4, but nostalgia gives it a 5.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's generous, but I'll do. I'm not gonna rate it lower than that. It's Ninja Turtles.
Wow. Okay, fair enough, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I have no such nostalgic attachments. So for me, I agree with absolutely everything you just said. And also just I would add that like the fight scenes, which are, most of this movie are like really not great. Yeah, outside of the good puppets, Splinter looked amazing. And the occasional charming moment, I just really didn't love it. It's dated and slow, and I don't think I would watch it again. Nor would I recommend it to any adults who have not seen it. I think kids would still love it, though.
Oh yeah,
I will give it a 3 out of 10.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
it's totally reasonable. I think it's missing some wire foo. If those turtles could jump around, some wire foo,
fly
it'd be a lot
through the
better.
air. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I think that's why kangaroos stood out more. They got those wires. Yeah,
True.
I don't know. We rated it. Sorry, everyone. Go back and watch it. We're gonna play a game though.
What do we got on the docket today, Mike?
Today we have a game that we've called 2 words, 1 guess.
Oh shit!
I didn't want to do trivia.
Yeah,
I didn't feel like it. I don't have the mental capacity to prepare trivia questions for you right now. So I did this one.
Yep.
And it's gonna be hard for you.
I'm sure, because there's like almost nobody famous in this movie.
Oh, but I'm switching it up a little bit.
Oh.
It's not just using actors. That's not this whole game. I can pick whatever goddamn topic I want. And this might be harder than Ghostbusters, but it might be easier. I don't know. The category is movies with turtles.
Oh my god. Okay. I'm like racking my brain for movies with turtles.
These are animated turtles, live action turtles, CG turtles. Yeah, everything.
I've got one locked and loaded already that I'm sure is on the list.
I'm gonna let you process turtles real quick. See if you can think of any more
process turtles.
Process turtles.
Okay, I think I've got
Processing
two
turtles.
now. Wait, are you counting tortoises as well?
I'm very lenient on the word turtle in this, actually.
Cool.
Some of them are hard, some of them are easy.
Yeah, okay. I've got like 3 in my head now, so I think we can start. I've got some.
All
ideas.
right, time is on the clock.
Oh shit!
For all the points, Greg is guessing with one guess. To my 2 words, he's guessing movies with turtles. Number 1, we're gonna keep it real simple, real easy. Gooey cheese.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Kidnap.
We
didn't talk about.
didn't talk about the drippy pizza. It was drippy. It was drippy in this movie, so
Yeah,
they
on
did get
Splinter's
that
head.
right. They got that right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's accurate.
Yeah. So next one,
Next one is kidnapped fish.
Finding Nemo.
Yes.
That was the first one that came to
Crush
mind.
and Squirt. Yeah. This one I wrote Fox Thief.
Is that the Fantastic Mr. Fox?
No. Different Fox is the main character in the movie.
Fox and the Hound. Oh, is it that Robin Hood movie with a fox?
It is.
Oh, I
yes.
haven't seen that.
There's you haven't seen that?
No.
Oh my god. That one's amazing.
Is it? I heard a lot of people say that like Robin Hood at the fox in that movie is what made them furries.
Yeah, absolutely.
People are like, "Oh, he's hot in that movie."
And
He's
the
a
bear,
hot fox.
Little John, you would have been all about that guy.
Oh yeah?
That's a great movie. We might have to add that to your list.
Yeah.
I know it's a kids movie. I don't know if people would be interested, but I love that movie. It's one of
We
my
could do
favorite
that.
Disney
Yeah.
movies.
This was a kids movie.
You're right. Yeah, but it's a kids movie like Marvel movies are kids movies. Like adult nerds think it's for them.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's an easy one. Flying dog.
Up?
Flying dog. Come on.
Flying dog.
Big fluffy white dog.
Big fluffy white dog.
It's not really a dog, but who knows?
Oh, the never ending story. Oh, okay.
yes.
Yeah, that was one that I had locked and loaded.
Was it really?
Yeah, I got confused.
Sorry.
By dog. He's a luck
Yeah, it's-
dragon, Mike. Jesus
Whatever.
Christ.
He's a goddamn dog. Look at him.
No, luck dragon.
I'm not going to say luck dragon. That,
If you
actually,
if
those
you
are
had
2
said
words
luck,
I could have
if
said.
you had said luck dragon, I would have got it.
That's fair. Okay, this one I wrote water type.
Oh, Pokemon movie.
Yes, Squirtle, Blastoise, Wartortle. you got them
Blastoise
all.
was my shit when I was a kid.
Still is, right?
my absolute favorite Pokemon.
Blastoise what made you a furry.
Yeah, Blastoise, he thick. I don't know. Gengar is in contention to be my favorite Pokemon.
Gengar is my favorite Pokemon right now. It
Oh,
used to be Geodude, but Gengar is my favorite.
Geodude.
When I was a kid,
The rock with 2 arms.
I loved it.
Yeah.
But Gengar is my current favorite Pokemon. I've been watching a lot of Pokemon lately.
I always loved the ghost Pokemon.
Yeah, they're good. Here you go. Because I had to avoid some proper nouns here, I wrote chubby bear.
Mm.
Just for you.
Just for me. My Pornhub search term.
You're like, oh, I know a ton of movies.
Yeah, I'm like,
Here guy gets no.
yeah, meet and greet. Meet MEAT, meet and greet. Chubby bear. I don't. Is it like Jungle Book or something like that?
I don't know if this is Turtle in Jungle Book.
I don't know if there is either. I'm just thinking Baloo is a chubby
This
bear.
this one was hard because I had to avoid using a proper noun in which let's just say the characters in this movie.
Kung Fu Panda. Kung Fu Panda.
Yes.
Yeah, I got it.
That one was tough.
Yeah.
Because fighting bear wouldn't have been much easier. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
The next ones we're gonna do a little different here. And this isn't a noun, so I was able to use it. Italian stallion.
Italian stallion.
I think there's an issue because I don't think you've seen these movies. You could guess who that is, though, right?
I mean, it makes me think of Sylvester Stallone. Is there a turtle in Rocky?
There is. He has 2 pet turtles.
Oh, I did
Yeah.
see Rocky, the first Rocky, and was so boring.
Oh, you did. Fun fact: Stallone kept those turtles as pets after.
Oh.
Another one similar. Italian plumbers.
The Mario Brothers.
Yep, Bowser is the turtle.
Yep. Oh my God. That's Bob Hoskins as Mario. Loved that.
Oh,
That movie is so bad, and I love it. Actually, that movie shares a lot in common with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Turtles.
Similar vibe.
Yeah. Accents, animal types, yeah. This one I wrote Turtle.
Oh, that's Master of Disguise.
It is.
Pistachio Disguisey.
And then this one, just to get everyone's blood boiling, because we have a lot of conservative viewers on our podcast, right?
Oh, Mitch McConnell.
Nope. The word is, and it's not the actual movie. This is a hint for the remake, but the clue is Black Mermaid.
Oh, The Little Mermaid?
Yes. Wow, that was it.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
About
Little Mermaid movie.
Yes, they cast someone to play Ariel, and then every conservative white guy our age or older, I'd say, is pissed that they ruined their favorite mermaid by casting a black person.
Can you imagine being mad about The Little Mermaid?
I cannot. Although I do have some issues with it.
Oh,
I mean,
boy.
I think my problem is definitely not that, because there's no problem with that. Is that Terry Crews wasn't cast to play King Triton. That's my issue with it.
Yeah.
That's I mean, I love The Little Mermaid, actually, so I can be mad about it in that scenario.
That's true. You love Disney cartoons.
I do, and we have to watch Robin Hood now. I can't believe you haven't seen it.
Oh boy. Okay. We'll do that,
Man.
during Podfest.
That'd be great, especially if you smoke a little bit beforehand. It's got a nice chill vibe to it. It does.
Can't wait.
So the next movie we're doing is a movie both of us haven't seen, Michael and Gregg.
That's true.
And it's a new movie.
Yeah, a very recent one.
You always contest when I say new and recent. So
no, this is very recent.
Okay, good.
Very,
in fact, it's
very
still in
recent.
theaters, and I'm gonna watch it in theaters.
Yeah.
And that movie is Jordan Peele's new movie, Nope.
Nope. Yeah, I'm excited for that because I'm a big fan of Jordan Peele. I loved Get Out. I thought Us was pretty good, if not as good. But I also just love horror in general, so I'm really excited to watch this one.
Yeah, and I love Key.
Yeah, Keegan-Michael Key. He's your favorite.
Yeah, he's my favorite.
I don't think he's involved.
Oh, damn it! All right, well, we'll see how it is then.
Yeah, we'll talk about it more on the next episode
Of
Culture Gaps.
Cowabunga!
Culture Gap.
I always liked Cowabunga.